Your own design tendencies can be your friend or your foe. The key is to be honest with yourself and where you tend to go with your design choices and what design patterns you prefer. It is to your advantage when self-critiquing your work to be aware when you need to push past and go against the grain of your own preference. I love simplicity with a lot of open and white space. I tend towards pastel or limited use of color. I also have perfectionism tendencies. There are positive and negatives about each of these. Sometimes they require a little extra conscious effort on my part to be balanced out. Too much white space may not be the best thing when it's important that a lot of information needs to be parsed quickly. Think of, say, administrative tools or even email applications like, say, Gmail. Too much white space in an email layout could cause user fatigue when they're trying to quickly search through things. Yet in other cases, white space can give a design breathing room and help you focus on the content, say like in an article on medium.com. A limited color palette can lead us to dull or uninteresting designs. It can also lead to very clean and easy to understand design. Perfectionism can slow you down and lead you to over-designing and overthinking, but it also pushes one to always do better and to aim to produce one's best work. Let's take a look at a few examples of how this played out while designing the Scotus Robus site. With this initial design of the course index page, you can see my tendency towards a limited color palette. Mostly black and white, with just a little bit of color for each course icon. This was feeling a bit text-heavy and uninteresting. By lessening the text and bringing in some more color with course images, as well as including the profile sidebar on most pages, I improved the overall feel and readability of the design. In a similar vein, the initial login page was very basic, as you can see. A lot of white space and very little interest. I spiced things up a bit by bringing in a more splashy background with the blue color and a scribble texture, and lessened the white space by again bringing in the profile sidebar. Knowing and balancing your tendencies is a constant thing, but it's important to maintain this awareness. It's also important to continually aspire to improve your design taste and thus tendencies by filling your subconscious reservoir by looking at and studying other designers' work as discussed in a previous lesson. This can help push you to broaden your ideas and maybe help you take risks outside your comfort zone and give you a broader design palette. Knowing your tendencies is an important self-awareness tool that can consistently push you towards becoming a better designer.